Today, what would you call the police for? I was looking at a survey the other day along with a lady on my server, and it was going into what people call the police for, the most ridiculous things. And I was thinking to myself, what would you call the police for? Now, bearing in mind, I come across a lot of people in what I do who they want to forge a new world. They don't like the system that we live in. I don't either. They don't trust the police. I don't. They hate the police, okay? They don't like government. They don't like anything. And when a group is set up, some people, if somebody sets a group up, they go after the management because they just don't like any form of authority. There always will have to be a leader of something. You can't have nobody, right, leading, because if everybody's just and and nothing gets done, somebody has to grab by the scruff of the neck and say, well, this is what we're going to do, right? And there needs to be a honest and decent police force. I believe in a honest and decent police force, right? But these same people that want the anarchy and all the rest of it, you'll be amazed at what they'll call the police for. Now, there are some people out there that said, I've swallowed a seed. Am I getting they'll phone up the 999 and say, there's a plant growing in me because I've swallowed a seed, or I've got a paper cut. These were some of the things that the people ring the police up. I know. I've got a bit of a sore throat. They'll call an ambulance. All of these different things. But I'm wondering, what would make you call the police? Have a think. You don't have to put it in the comments, but you could if you want. Now, there are a few things that I would call the police, and it's usually motoring. Say, for instance, there's a pile-up on the motorway. First thing you want to do is call the police, the ambulance, the fire brigade if needed be, right, and whatever else, to alert and trying to save life. If your vehicle gets stolen or your house is broken into, your insurance requires that you call the police. So you do it just as an act of going through the motions of your claim. But other than that, no. If I'd been in a fight and got my head kicked in, would I phone the police? No. But that's me. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying this is me. If something was stolen, would I call the police? Probably not. If somebody had threatened me, no. However, here's where I would call the police. If I had, say, for instance, been first to the scene where somebody had passed away for whatever reason, natural causes or whatever, and you're first there, right, you know that's the case, you call the police because that's what you have to do. If there is somebody running around the place endangering lives, right, say, for instance, you had like a dumb blame or something like that, you call the police because they're there to get everybody out of the way of this person and then catch the person. But whereas years ago, I probably may have called the police for a different reason, even though growing up, I never bothered actually because I just didn't. I don't know, just something I never did. And this is before I was into politics or anything else. You just didn't call them. It either wasn't important enough or if it really was important, somebody would have made the phone call already. I didn't. But I'm wondering, today, what would you call the police for? Against years ago, you might call the police thinking that they would help. So this is the question. Obviously, with today's society, you're kind of a little bit suspect that you phone them up and you might get done for something that, you know, you get fitted up. I don't trust them. Simple as that. But you would be amazed at how many big, strong, brave people out there, people that like to think that they're, you know, how do I put this? There are people in the movement that will phone the police for any reason going, and you're like, really? But there you go. It's a sad situation that people can't take any criticism. And then another thing I see going on within YouTube is people going after each other and doxing and going after, you know, trying to take pictures of people and stuff like that. You're like, why? Get on with what you're doing. Leave them alone, right? You know, if you're all about doing the right thing, doing what's good. If the whole thing that got you into, say, for instance, being on social media was to create a better world, create a better system, point out injustice, highlight something that's going on that you think people need to do, then why get involved in drama with other people that are doing the same thing? Leave them alone. Let them do their thing. You do yours. But they seem to want to fight each other, and you're like, why? No, I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but it's just an observation that I've made over the years, which is why I keep to myself and do my own thing, because that way you don't fall out with anybody. You just crack on. I'm here to spread information that I think that you need to know. I'm here to try and eventually have some input on helping the situation, not making it worse. And it seems to me that there's a lot of people that are in it for the wrong reasons. No, I'm not naming any names, all right? And this is just something I'm making up. This isn't something that's necessarily happening at the moment, by the way. This is just going back over the years and noticing things, and you think, were they in it for the right reasons, or were they in it for the attention? Were they in it for the drama? Were they in it for money? You know, just saying. But there you are. Anyway, I hope you're staying warm at the moment. Apparently it's still -2 out there. Look at that. No thanks. Yeah, we had all sorts of weather yesterday. We went through rain, freezing rain, snow, ice, fog, and all of it. An interesting day. But I just thought I'd put the question to you, just a random video, but let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you in a bit.